The Labor Pains Project is very squarely rooted in the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Labor Pains is my labor of love to and for Black women. The creative workshops that I am creating is aimed to be this physical and emotional healing space for Black women. And it's also a way for me to gather data and information to create an original script that will be performed as part of a public installation of the body maps that are created. It's a space to really process occupational segregation, wage gaps, limited access to resources. It's a way of identifying specific impacts of macroeconomic policy on individual lives, the things that disproportionately impact our lives. Body maps will be displayed publicly to visually represent the impact of the U.S. economy on the lives of Black women. The project really began as an artistic inquiry. What would a Black woman's Declaration of Independence from white fragility look and sound like? I think it ties in so perfectly with what is happening right now in our nation. The National Endowment for the Arts has also rolled back on its commitment to diversity. One of the ways in which they've done that is by canceling the Challenge America grants. These grants were specific to bringing art to underserved communities. One of the things that has come up in my research is how many Black women sued for their freedom during the Revolutionary era. And one of the reasons was because there were all of these documents talking about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, and very clear slavery and enslavement of human beings in the United States, while those same individuals were talking about liberty and freedoms. America was built on the backs of Black women. Some Black women won their civil suits and their cases for freedom, and some women did not. But it was clear that legislation needed to be passed at the federal level to prevent the freedom of Black women. In 1793, this is what leads to the Fugitive Slave Law, which becomes the precursor for the control of the movement of Black people in the United States. Taking a moment 250 years later to really examine the labor of Black women is truly a way of honoring all of these voices that have been silenced over the past 250 years. With the NEA pulling the Challenge for America grant, I think it's now more important than ever for artists and art projects to shed light on the voices that are actively trying to be silenced. Because we really need to be having these conversations out in the open as loud as humanly possible, as often as possible. This kind of work is essential, and this kind of work absolutely needs your support. Subscribe to the YouTube link, sign up for all of the email updates. If you can, donate to GoFundMe. If you share the GoFundMe campaign, I need your help. The time is now. The time for us to really, truly show whether the American experiment will work and does work is now.